Hello, tribe. How are you doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you're watching us from, how are you doing? It's always the best day with Princess Victor, so I welcome you to the best day. Remember, we have what to say, and because we have what to say, we call today the best day, the day that is filled with so much favor and grace, the day that is filled with so much opportunities and wisdom. So welcome, welcome. This is Princess Victor, the founder of Princess Harris Foundation, and welcome to this life-giving moment. So remember, this is still freedom breath moment, and we are still dealing with being intentional. Last week we started this journey of intentionality, and we want to proceed with our words, what we speak. Now I want to ask you, what do you speak? And the bigger question is, what is inside your heart? What do you allow in your space? What kind of conversation that is running inside here? What are the imaginations? Because all these things are the make-up of what comes out of your mouth. What are the bank, your imagination bank? What is it that is stored in the pot of your imaginations? What are those things? Are you always filled with negativity? Are you always filled with not being enough, not feeling all right? Remember, even if we are not feeling all right, we see ourselves as being all right. Because when we see ourselves as being all right, we'll speak that we are all right, and we will be all right, because the fact is that right from the origin, we are all right. So when it comes to speaking, it's majorly on what is stored inside of you, because you can't give what you don't have. And whenever you deal with what you allow in your space, whenever you deal with the kind of conversations you say or you engage in, both from you and from others, whenever you can deal with the kind of music you should listen to, whenever you can deal with the kind of businesses and the kind of friends, and so many things so many things put together to make up what flows on inside of us. And from what flows on inside of us, it flows out through our mouth. Our mouth is just a tool. So if you can deal with it, your problem is half solved. In fact, your problem is solved, because your heart can't be saying a different thing and your mouth is saying a different thing. That is the truth. Because even unconsciously, we influence with our mouth through what flows in our hearts. So the big question is, can you deal with what flows on the inside of you? That is the big question. Now I want you to remember, as you keep asking, pondering on this question, because so many of us are actually a victim of this. We unconsciously allow things that shouldn't flow, that shouldn't come to us. We allow it to come because maybe it's appealing, or it's a kind of fantasy, or it's a kind of something that people are doing, it's a kind of things that our friends engage in, it's a kind of things that is generally accepted by everybody around you at that time, without you sitting down to check, who are you? Does this thing go in line with your personality and with whom you should represent? So as you keep pondering on this question, remember that your words, you are a life creating agent. That is whom you are. You are a life creating agent. That is whom you've been created to be. So when you shift from creating life and you are now creating something else, you are living below your standard and you are doing what you are not asked to do. So adjust what flows from the inside of you, so that your mouth can speak life and create life. The truth is that we all want to feel all right. We all want someone to tell us you are beautiful, you are doing well. We all want someone to encourage us. We all want someone to tell us that it's gonna be all right. We all need somebody to tell us that you see what this you are going through, this is not the end and all that. We all need to be encouraged. But I want you to know that in as much as you need it, others, you need to give it to others also. So this brings me to a place of reminding you that there is nothing in this life that is more appealing than saying beautiful, life-giving words to someone, because you too will appreciate it when it comes to you. So first of all, as you deal with what flows inside of you, it's a process. It's not something that will happen at once. It's a process. Start dealing with it. And as you keep dealing with it consistently, intentionally, remember we are no longer living our life as we used to. We have to be more intentional right now. So right now we have to be intentional dealing with the conversations and everything that is flowing that we allow to dominate on the inside of us, so that our mouth can have a fruit of life. Because if here is not dealt with, here cannot be productive. Because even when you think it's productive on a wrong path. So I want to quickly tell you few things that should represent. You should look out to represent your words. You can use these things to track and to check, to filter your words. I want you to know that your words should be true. Any fruit of the lips, anything coming out of your mouth, your testimony should be true. Make sure that every time, at all costs, it pays to stand on the truth at all costs, even when it's not comfortable for you. Make sure that at all costs, that everything is risk. You risk everything to make sure your words are true. It will save you. It will save you from a lot. Make sure your testimony is true. You don't need to be living on a falsehood life. You don't need to be living on a false testimony. You don't need to be living on a false information and false everything. Make sure that your words are true. Second thing I want you to look into is make sure that your word is true. Your words are few. You know, when you talk too much, you will definitely lie. Definitely put up some lies, to sugarcoat some things just to fit into what to the point you want to make. Let your words be few. A wise man makes his words few. When your words are few, it will be filled with so much wisdom and understanding, and you can be able to track, to check, to think. Because when you talk too much, most times you don't even think before you talk. But when you can pause, make your word few, even when you have a lot to say, even when you think this thing is right, I have to say it, it's bubbling in your mouth, I want to say it out, it can be tempting. It happens to everybody. But I want us to start disciplining ourselves intentionally to make our words few. When our words are few, there is every tendency that our words are true. When our words are few, there is every tendency that our words will be true. That is right. That doesn't mean that you should say it. That is right doesn't mean that you should say it. So let your words be few, so that you can give account to what you say. So the third thing is your words should encourage. Don't stop living in the lane of always tearing people down, always trying to make yourself look as the best while you are at the detriment of others. Stop promoting yourself, because truth is not hidden. If you are good, even when people does not believe that you are good, over time heals, time tells stories, a lot of stories. Times make stories to come to a broad daylight. So when you are true and when you are good, over time people will see it. You don't need to waste your time. You don't need to take your time to to explain to people. You are always on the stand to tell people how good you are, how important you are. Remember, quality products, a product that has its quality, a product that knows its value does not need marketing. People that knows the value will come to it. So people that knows your value, over time your value will speak out. So don't bother trying to manipulate people's mind just for people to see you as the good person while at the detriment of others, because it will bounce back at you. That's the truth. So make sure that your words are full of encouragement. Encourage people. Don't tear them down. Don't make them look as if they are so inferior. Nobody is inferior. Don't make them look as if they are non-entities. Don't make them look as if they are so below your class. What is your class? If you close your eyes in death today, there is no class. So in this world, the moment we start seeing ourselves as one, the better life becomes for all of us. Both the rich and the poor, we are what? We are one. So stop seeing people as they are below class, they are this and that. No, you are meant to love. After all, love does not see class. So make sure that every time you have an obligation to encourage people, to encourage somebody with your words. Let your words be filled with so much encouragement that people will say, somebody will rise up and run because of what. The last point here is practice what you say. Practice what you say. This is the hard part. People say a lot of things. People say a lot of things, a lot of knowledge, this and that. It's very, very easy to teach, but difficult to practice what you teach. Most times, you can give strategies, steps, ways of life, and all that, but to practice, to do what you say, you can't do it. That is why you say a lot of things, and people are saying opposite of what you say. People are seeing opposite of your conversation. People are seeing opposite of whom you claim to be. People are seeing a different person. It doesn't pay. And you will not leave a long-lasting effect in humanity on this planet. And you will lose people. You will lose important people from your life. Because if what flows out of your mouth is the same thing with what flows from your heart, it will also be the same to what you do. So marry this together. Marry what flows from your heart to what flows from your mouth and to what the character you exhibit. Just marry it together. So because of this, I want you to call your tribe. When I mean your tribe, I mean your mindset, I mean I mean your faith, I mean your imaginations, I mean your reasoning and your intentions, I mean everything that make up of you. Call them together. Say, come up my imaginations, come up my wisdom, come up my knowledge, come up my perceptions, come up my reasoning, just come up my intentions. I call you together and command you. Say, let's make every circumstances around us and give it the image it should represent. Call your imagination together. Just pull it out from the negativity to the positivity. Just pull out your faith. Just pull out your perception of people, how you see people. Just pull out your intentions. Pull it to the right track, and tell it, Come on, we have to make every circumstance surround us. Now let me use myself as a person. I have to make every circumstance surround me. I have to make my environment. I have to make my business. I have to make my ministry. I have to make my everything I do. I have to make it to my image and according to my likeness. What is my image? My image is true. My image is pure. My image is right. I have to make it. My image is beautiful. My image is honest. My image is respectful. My image is understanding. A lot of beautiful things you can start calling those things. Just calling those things. This is whom I am. This is whom you are. Start calling them and assemble them together. Command them, because you have dominion over what flows from your heart. You have dominion over what speech, over what stays in your heart. You have dominion over what you say. You have dominion over your character, your attitude, your mindset, your intentions. They are all under you. Call them and command them to live right. Call them and command them to speak right. Call them and command them to think right. Call them and command them to act right. That is what we should be. Being intentional with our words. Being intentional with our words. From this day, don't just stop seeing yourself as anyhow creature. You are the most powerful, the life-giving agent. That is who you are. And from today, start seeing yourself. Just look at yourself on the mirror and tell yourself, I am a life-creating agent. And I have to be intentional on the way I talk, in as much as I'm intentional on what flows from the inside of me. Wow. It's getting better. It's getting better. Wow. We are creating a beautiful world. We are creating a world that is worth living with the fruit of our lips. So rise up, universe. Let's break the world. Rise up, tribe. Let's break the world. Until next week. Before I see you next week, go back and create your world from purging the inside. Then create with your world the beautiful worlds that you should have. See you next week, and remember to share, to like, and to comment. What do you want us to talk about? Please leave your comments below this video, and I promise we're going to talk about it. Come on, try. I love you. So just remember that, and always have that in mind. When I say I love you, I mean it. Until next week. Bye.